What's up, everybody? Let's Talk Jets Radio. Hope you guys are all doing well. Quick video here. A little over a month left until training camp gets underway, so usually this is the pretty quiet time of year. Always a good time to dive into roster breakdowns and positional breakdowns and things like that. And what better position to start at than the quarterback position, which has been completely revitalized with the addition of Aaron Rodgers. I think this is kind of uncharted territory for a lot of fans, especially young fans, where we're just not used to talking about the quarterback of the team actually being a strength. And the fact that he's here is one thing, but the fact that he's here and he wants to be here, you can't put a price on that. There's so much value to what he brings from a leadership standpoint, his knowledge of the game, 18 years, having won a Super Bowl, one of the best to ever do it. He comes in immediately and he raises the bar and he sets those expectations at winning a Super Bowl. And that's kind of just going back to like all the heated debates that we had in January and February. Like that's the reason that I put him so much higher than Derek Carr, because Derek Carr doesn't bring that. At least for me, he didn't. Aaron Rodgers and what he's done throughout his career, what he's accomplished, he comes in right away like he's done. And automatically, those expectations are, the New York Jets should have a home playoff game. They should be a Super Bowl contender. They should potentially be in the AFC Championship game. They should give the Bills a run for the money for their money in the division. Like all these things, I don't think we're talking about with Derek Carr. And for so many rebuilds and for so many different quarterbacks that we've recycled over the years, I wanted the one guy that actually comes in and wipes away the stink of the collapse last year and just immediately gives the organization instant credibility. And I think that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers has done. And like I said, the fact that he's here is one thing, but the fact that he's here, he's pissed off, he's motivated, he's got that chip on his shoulder. I think the change of scenery was definitely refreshing for him, and he's having fun. Like he even said it, I think a week ago. Like this is as much fun as he's had in a long time. So he's embracing everything about the Jet culture. He wants to add another Super Bowl trophy to the one that's been lonely over there for 50 years. And this is just cool. Like I'm ready to just sit back, enjoy the ride, watch him in a Jet uniform, and just see where this goes. Obviously we all hope it's going to be 3 years. If we get two, awesome. Hopefully it's more than one. But I think this guy's got plenty left in the tank. We'll see what happens with his contract. I do think it's going to be team friendly, like a lot of the reports have speculated, where it's going to give the Jets a lot of opportunities to add pieces around him because he wants to add to his legacy. He's here to win. He wants to win. He knows what winning in New York would do for his legacy, and you just can't put a price on that. Everything that he brings was everything that this organization has needed for the last 2 decades. So I just can't wait to actually get to the season. But I can't wait to get to training camp really just to see him up close and to really take this all in and let it sink in the fact that he's here, he's a Jet, and this is actually happening. So this is cool. Beyond Aaron Rodgers, I think you do have some questions. Do you trust Tim Boyle? He's a veteran. He knows the Nathaniel Hackett offense. Do you trust him if, hopefully not, but if Aaron Rodgers goes down for a few weeks, do you trust him to keep the team afloat, especially if it's November, December, you're in a playoff race, you're trying to lock up a one seed or a home playoff game? Do you trust Tim Boyle to do that? Something to figure out. Shifting over to Zach Wilson, I think this is the big wild card, and I think he's going to get every opportunity in the first 2 or 3 weeks of training camp to prove that he could be the backup. It's never been a question of physical ability because we've seen like he can make every single throw on the field. It's always been between the ears. It's been the processing speed. It's been reading defenses. It's been footwork. It's been putting touch on the football. Last year, the comments in the media obviously not taking accountability, that didn't help his cause. But at the same time, you could also point at the Jets and say, you know what? Why was this kid out there? Because all these signs, they were present in training camp. We saw it last year. We even saw it, during his rookie year. We tried to give some credit at the end of his rookie year. He cleaned up, some of the mistakes. He wasn't turning the ball over as much. But last year, between the injury, having to work his way back after missing the first 3 games, he was put in a tough spot. And, to be a starter before he was ready was one thing, but to also have the C on his chest, like there were just I think too many expectations that were thrust on him way too soon before he was ready. And now having Rodgers in front of him, he could actually sit back, learn the offense, kind of take things in, not have that pressure on him. So I'm excited for him, and I'm glad that both sides are kind of embracing this. You see Zach Wilson showing a little bit more maturity, embracing the opportunity to be a backup and to learn from one of the best to ever do it. That should only help his career as long as he continues to embrace it and to actually be ready if he's called upon. So I'm excited to see what this group can do if they do have the backup that they trust on the roster right now, or if they feel like they need to go add another veteran. I don't think it's going to be Chris Streveler, but regardless, Aaron Rodgers is a Jet. I can't wait to see it up close in training camp. Talk to you guys soon.